Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here for Poevember. That's hashtag Poevember25. Make sure that you are following that hashtag, that you check out what everybody else on YouTube is making and on Instagram, because they're making cool things and you guys are missing out if you aren't following it already. The playlist for hashtag Poevember is going to be in the description box below. You can see last year's makes, you can see this year's makes, and see all the cool things that people are making and putting together for Poevember. This is my annual Edgar Allan Poe theme challenge. It's an extension of spooky season because I'm not ready at the end of October for spooky season to end, and I feel like November is also less spooky. In fact, I would argue that the last 3 months of the year are the spookiest months and require maximum spookage. And so yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing Poevember here, and today the prompt is glow, and I wanted to play with a couple different ideas. Importantly up top, a moon glow, literally. I want literal moon glow, as well as moon glowing metaphorically. But also, I wanted to play with the idea of like this fiery reddish background for the moon. I've done something similar to this before in a previous challenge, but I wanted to do it again because I got all the stuff and I got the moon dye that I barely ever use. I don't even know why I got that dye, because once I got the stencils, it was game over for that dye. But I have this dye, and I was like, we're gonna use it. And so yeah, I'm making this sort of blood red night scene, and so I wanted it to have a sort of glowing effect from the color choices. So I used what's it called, wild honey or amber, something, one of the two. I think it's wild honey. I'm turning to look. It is wild honey that I used to add sort of a glowing effect, mixing that up with crackling campfire and lumberjack plaid for the red, I think is what I used. I'm not going to go look for that. It's just too much work. And then you guys saw. You can see in the video. I didn't look when I was talking, so I missed it. But, so I used that, and then I wanted to add in a subtle starry effect to add the glow of stars by adding the water to lift up some of that ink and activate the distress ink. So I used that so that we had an extra layer of glow, and then we're going to make this moon, and we're going to make a glow. A two-way glow. One, by literally using glow-in-the-dark embossing powder, which, I don't know why my brain just did not connect, is see-through. Because I was like, oh, it's okay that I got all this crud on the top of this moon. It'll be fine. I'll emboss it and nobody will know. Except that you absolutely know, because when you heat this up, it is see-through, not opaque. For some reason in my brain, I was like, it's going to cover it up because it'll be opaque. It's not. So I have to figure out what to do with that, because I still had that freaking ink on my fingers and it transferred over to the moon, and then my embossing dauber is also dirty. So it got a bunch of dirt streaks on there, and the dirt streaks I can handle because that just means, texture. That's just grunginess we're adding to the moon. The moon is not white, so it's fine. But I had to figure out how to make that orange fingerprint work on the rest of it, because I just embossed right over the top of that. So I tried to do like a second layer to see if that would push it further into the background. It did a little bit, but not enough of it. And then I'm using this Stampendous embossing powder that I've had forever, called Marcasite. And it's a black embossing powder with like a silver sheen and then holographic foil in there for another layer of glowness. We're going to do 2 glows and in the same moon. So we're going to get a sparkly, shiny black moon background for the recessed edges, or the cutout pieces, and then we're going to get our nice glow-in-the-dark moon front. And I'm going to tell you guys up front, I recorded this video in particular at like 10 in the morning, so it is bright as hell, and at the end of the video I'm going to try to attempt to show you what it looks like, but even closing my windows and turning off all the lights did not help, because I have a lot of sunlight from my my living room window on top of my desk, so it was really hard to show you guys the subtle glowing effect, but trust me, take my word for it, it is there. It does glow in the dark, in fact. And so yeah, so then a lot of you guys commented on the video where I was talking about my issues with glue. That video went up today as of the time of this voiceover. And you gave me a lot of suggestions. I am going to try out the Barely Art glue and see if that works. But then I started thinking that maybe the issue isn't the art glitter glue itself. It's the applicator process, right? Because the fine tip applicator is great when you have detailed stuff that's really fiddly, but when you're trying to just sort of get paper down on, you have these little tiny fine lines that end up showing through very thin paper. So I'm trying to empty out this Tombow Mono Aqua Glue, which I use for fabric, actually, interestingly enough. I don't use it for paper anymore because it would pop off. So it's not the best glue for paper unless you're just going paper to paper, and it's thin paper even, because yeah, sometimes the thick paper still comes up too. But the applicator bottle is great, and I actually use it for Mod Podge. I filled up one of them with Mod Podge because I like being able to just sort of very nicely, evenly apply Mod Podge onto things. And so the broad tip on this particular applicator is fantastic. So I was like, let me see if I can use it for this. You can't use it to stick a shiny surface to a paper surface. This glue is awful for that. So I had to go back and use the art glitter glue for that. But I'm trying to empty out this bottle so that I can pour the art glitter glue into that and see if that solves the issue. Because I feel like, in my heart of hearts, that's the problem. The problem is, in fact, 110% that the applicator is the issue for this glue. So I'm going to try to empty out this bottle over the course of the next couple of videos. Get very irritated because I hate using this glue. It's fine. It's perfect for fabric, sticking fabric to covers. It's perfect for that because it's tacky enough to get it to adhere. You get a nice solid fixture. It seeks into the fabric because it's very wet. That's the problem with this glue, is it's very wet glue. When they said aqua, they meant aqua. There's a lot of water in this glue. So it works for fabric, but it doesn't work for paper as well. But I'm going to use it up, and then I'll let you guys know if it works for art glitter glue going forward. And that's all I'm going to talk about glue, because we're at the end of the video. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your faces, and I will catch you guys all in the next one. Make sure you're following the hashtag Poevember25. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye. Happy crafting.